Hello everyone, and a very welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry I missed a week. We had various different things going on. We had a bereavement in the extended family, and it just didn't sit right with me publishing a video the weekend when we had a funeral and stuff the weekend. So that's kind of one of the main reasons we missed out on the video last week. But now we're back here, and I'm going to fill you in on all you missed really, and what's going on this week as well. So to start off, we got our CS. I'm getting confused between CSs and CVXs now. I'm just going to knock them off so you'll be able to hear me talking a bit clearer. Right, no, that's better. So we got our this CS ready basically last week, and gave her another run through. Got her compounded and polished, and look at that for a job. Made some job of it. So a big shout out to AOH Valeton for that. He made a serious job of that tractor. Fair play to him. So after that we went through all our oils and filters, and all of those were changed, and just gave her a kind of a run over, a check over, see if there was anything gammy. I had to do a bit of work there to get headlights working properly, and now they're working right. So that's about that. We tinted the back windows, myself and Mrs. CVX, but I didn't get to film that. We've the top window done and the one below it, so they turned out relatively alright. There's a couple of bubbles in them, but I don't think the new owner was too pushed about tint, so probably take it off in time anyway. But it was kind of more of an experiment for us than anything else. We also have our pickup hitch fitted to it, which obviously everybody needs a pickup hitch in this country, and I must yet to fit a PTO guard, but that's my very last job to do with the tractor. Every light is working, everything is working in it now, and she is good to go. So thank you very much to the new owner, if they watch the videos. I'm not sure, but thank you very much for the business. It was nice doing business with you, and I wish you very well with the tractor. So moving on from that one, which by the way, she went straight away. It was advertised in the afternoon, and it was more or less sold that evening, which was brilliant from our point of view. But yeah, I suppose why wouldn't she be? Sure, very hard to get ones in that kind of order. So moving on from her, we were on to our other one, our Super X, and just a few jobs to do to her now. She's been compounded, and she's got her brand new tires, and her rims have been painted, and look at the way they came up. Absolutely fabulous job. And here are our Seat tires. So those were new on the front when we got her, but we have to put on two brand new back ones on her as well. So whoever ends up buying this tractor will have plenty of grip, and won't have to worry about tires for a long time. So we also got our rims done, and once again, huge shout out to Kevin Nolan Tires for sorting all of that out for us. It was done within a week, so that was a brilliant job. So that's her. I think she looks an awful lot better than she did when you probably would have seen her first, and she all faded and everything. AOH Valeton gave her a shot as well, brought her up lovely. So she's gone into the workshop now, and I'm going to start at her. Probably film a bit more of doing her than we did the other one, but like I say, it was just how circumstances worked out. I didn't do an awful lot of filming last week. So yeah, that's kind of ye updated and caught up on what's been going on, and we're going to get at the Super X. Okay, so our CS is a bit naked looking here today, but it's all needed. All this bits and pieces have been stripped off it because we're getting new mudguard skins. These grills were gone very discoloured, and we're painting them up. We're painting our steps here because there's we just have these bits of rust on them, and I think it'll just really take from the tractor that these would let them down. I think, like, when you're going in the door, you're looking straight at these guys. They're sitting there, so I think that'll take from her a small bit, so that's why we're going to touch them bits up. Now, I don't use a matte black or a gloss black. I use a semi-matte black because it I really hate when you come to look at the tractor, and you automatically know that the step has been painted, and they don't even go to the trouble sometimes of cleaning this stuff off properly. It just looks rubbish. I really, really hate it. So I want to do a nice job on them obviously for whoever buys this tractor in time. But yeah, we're getting there, slowly but surely we're getting there. So I'll stay at it today, and once I get these few jobs done, we'll give you an update. Okay, so yesterday I was doing a few bits to the 110. We'll do a bit of a catch up on that there now tonight, and well into last night I was at it. This morning I was mixing a bit of slurry, and this evening now I'm just going collecting a bale trailer, because I have a good few bales to move tomorrow, and probably be 2 of us moving bales tomorrow, so plenty to keep us going. But anyway, on my way out there now, we're going to just do a quick look around this tractor again, show you what it needs, show you how we're getting on with it and all of that, and because they're quite a rare tractor in this country, so we'll do a bit of a catch up on all her details. Okay, so I said we'd give a look at the tractor and all of that. One of the first jobs we want to do here is, I'm on the farm where a lot of you know that I look after a few livestock for the winter, and this farm has a class tractor. It's class 510. So I was just here to pick up a trailer, but I'm going to use this tractor to feed the bales, just as a comparison for myself more so than anything, of what this is like compared to the class. So the first thing is, the class is only barely able to lift one bale without the back of the class lifting off the ground. You need the 4-wheel drive on, because when you reverse back you'd just be spinning with the class. So I'm going to try and spike 2 bales here, and we'll see how that goes. So now, one thing about the loader is, once you're down low, it is very difficult to see where your spikes are, but I'll see them no better here because my spikes are out the side. So I'll drive into them, give them a bit of a squeeze together, and just reverse back and release them a bit, and there we go. So is the tractor under any pressure? No, not a bit. It's actually not feeling it on the back end at all, and they're very, very heavy bales. So that's kind of the first trial of it really. Now the next trial will be putting the bales in. So already here I can feel the physical size difference of the tractor. You know, if I come in with the class, it's very easy for me to nudge silage from side to side, but this is a very narrow feeding passage. But I think we'll manage, but it's not going to be perfectly easy to do it with this, whereas the class is very, very straightforward. So we'll cut our net off of that bale. Okay, so I finished feeding that shed, and I've done a bit more feeding there with it now, but to be honest, it's actually not any more awkward. Physically, it's bigger, but you have a better view out over your back mudguards, over your bonnet. You're sitting a lot higher, so you're looking down into it, but just for grabbing stuff down low. But then again, the attachments, like, obviously if it's a big grab on this, it'll suit. But if you were feeding a shed like this one now, where you have plenty of room behind you, I don't see it being a problem. It's just in a narrow feed passage, and yes, it is a bit more awkward. So just a quick run through her. She's going perfect. I need a transmission accumulator. She'll flash up an SGR code there the odd time when you're changing between ranges, when your clutches or your K clutches are changing from, I think it's K2 to K3, I can't remember. So I need a transmission accumulator for it, but that's pretty much all. Everything else is flying. Get a set of front tires for her as well in time. So yeah, a very impressive tractor so far, and I really, really like the loader. I'm mad about the loader. Right, so back to our 110. I have our new mudguard skins got here, and I'm just in the process of re-bolting my step. Like I was saying to you, look, I don't want to go mad with this paint and carry on, but look at that now. It just looks right, minus the cat obviously. It looks good without going overboard. Like, if you went going painting this and painting various other things, like painting here, for example, it just never looks right. You can't get them things as good as the first day. Here's another classic example of something that you just, if that was painted, you would know a million miles away that it'd be painted. Whereas the steps, once they get a bit of use, the painted look will go off them and it'll look very, very nice, in my opinion. I often see lift arms painted in tractors. I hate it because it just, you're never going to get them to look the same as they did when they were new. So just little things like steps, mirrors and things like that just give the tractors a real nice kind of little shine up. But like if you went painting these, by right, if you were to go painting all of this, I'd just take off all of these things and get everything that was zinced first day, zinc plated again, and then it might look some bit original. But if you go paint, it just looks ridiculous. So we're staying away from that. Plus the tractor is too good to go painting it. There's no need to actually paint the tractor. I'm just giving it a leg up, if you will. So I'll read both my steps. We'll get into the cab because while I was giving a run through her there the other day, I know obviously the cat knocked off the mudguard skin. While I was giving a run through her the other day, I noticed that there was a small bit of shall we say lateral play in the gear stick. You could kind of twist the gear stick a small bit in your hands, so took out the gear stick, and we have this guy, and the rubber is you could just twist the rubber inside in this lead, and this lead holds the gear stick. So I'm going to get a new one of those, and that'll make your gear changes lovely and sharp. So yeah, I'll get stuck back into it. I'll bolt on my steps tonight. Maybe if I get everything back on, we'll get the bonnet closed down and we'll get a good look at the tractor, kind of with all its tiny little bits and pieces that are touched up, looking well. And I think personally myself, it'll add an awful lot to the tractor. What these look is, like I say, and I keep repeating myself, it's the small little touches change them from being nice to extremely nice. So that's it for now. I'll stay motoring on. Right, so we're getting there slowly but surely, but we are getting there. So I have my new mudguard skins on now, and they're a lovely job, a lovely wide skin on her there, Dunlop skins. And they're making a job of her now, I must say. They're really, really smartening her up. And we got those from Trailer Spares. So if you look up trailerspares.ie, he has all different various types of lights and stuff. He is able to get certain things done on the website, and that is one of the things. He's got a couple of those skins for us. So a big shout out to him. Next project I'm undertaking is, I don't know why I do these things to myself, but I'm going to paint the exhaust because I think it just look. If you look up at her there now, she's perfect except the exhaust is rusty. So I am going to do the exhaust, but of course the bolts holding in the shield sheared, which is the normal procedure. So I'm going to have to drill them out and tap new holes and do all that messing around. But we'll get all that done. Give that a real good cleaning down and paint him with some exhaust paint. Should smarten the whole thing up very, very nicely. So we have our mirrors done and our steps are done. And like I was saying to you, like once that's washed, you won't even really. It's not matte black, but it's not shiny. So like once that tractor's been used for a small bit and there's a bit of wear comes back in the steps again, and you know, in course, obviously a bit of rust is going to start peeping out in bits and pieces or places, so it'll make them look perfect. It just smartened it a small bit. So that's her. If you are interested in her, lads, to be honest with you, be quick, because that tractor is going to go fast. She's an absolute beauty. The more I do to it, the more I'm starting to fall in love with it myself. So once she's finished, she's being advertised, because I know what'll happen. I'll end up keeping it. So yeah, she is just an absolute beauty of a tractor. But like I say, from the start of the video, Nolan's tyres. They hooked us up with the rims there. They sorted the rims for us. They sent them away and they got them painted. We got these lovely Seat tyres for the rear, a brand new 600s on the back, and on the front we have some I think they are Barclay tyres, 540s, and they are brand new as well. If we go over to this side, it might be rotated in the right place, but if you get a look here, our rightness still even on our lug, so them tyres are brand new as well. So that is our 110 Special X. Absolutely beautiful tractor. My biggest problem is going to be when this one goes as well. I don't know where I'm going to get replacements or what I'm going to find, but I do want to stay to Case and New Holland. We're going to stick with Case and New Holland. CS's, MX's, that kind of stuff is what we're going to stick to. Real beauties that are hard to come by anymore. So, Jesus, just look at her with the solid rims and everything. Isn't she just a beaut? Just a beaut. So, there'll be tears when it goes. There will be tears when it goes. I suppose in a way, look, it's reminded me of the CVX 130 that you will have, if you've been watching the channel for a bit, you will have seen us doing work to that. And in other ways, it's just nice, really nice to, you know, give these a new lease of life again and move them on to good homes and people who appreciate them. And it's lovely to see someone who, you know, like our last tractor now, someone who came to see a tractor and was actually kind of blown away by how well presented it was, the condition and all of that. It gives you a nice feeling to do them things. So anyway, moving on from that, that is more or less me for this week. Next week, we'll get this girl finished. There'll be bits and pieces of other work going on as well. I've avoided tractor work with a bit now, but we have been very busy with the tractors, and there's kind of something going on more or less every single day for us. But I need to get this stuff done before the real pressure kicks off as well. So yeah, that's kind of it from me. Thanks very much everyone who's tuned in, and subscribed and liked the videos. It's much appreciated, and I'm getting really nice feedback about these tractors as well, through the Facebook and the Instagram pages and all of that. So big shout out to all of you, the viewers. It's been very nice sharing things with you, and thank you very much. So of this very wet Friday night and miserable weekend, we're going to upload this video, and I really do hope you enjoy it. Please give me all your thoughts on these Case tractors in the comments and whatever else you have to say, and we'll chat to you then.